Good morning and thanks for joining us. I'm Veronica Miller and this is Goodwill, Minnesota's Tell Me Something Good, the show that shares the good that's happening in our community. And yes, there is a lot of good and we are thrilled to share with you. And don't forget, at 11 o'clock today, you can continue hearing about the good on WSRQ radio. And just in case we didn't give enough good, make sure you check out Suncoast Living magazine because we'll be featuring everything we've talked about so you too can share the good that's happening. So with that, we have a wonderful show today, but unfortunately it's about a sad topic. But I want to make people aware of the specific topic, summer hunger, especially for our children in this community. But what's amazing is we have a fabulous group of organizations that are spearheading some terrific opportunities for you also to participate. We will be talking to Sandra Frank from All Faiths Food Bank, as well as Meribeth Phillips from Meals on Wheels Plus, but also the Food Bank of Manatee. Yes. So, wow, there's a lot to talk about. So why don't we start with Sandra?
Okay.
Now, and it is kind of interesting because we have the Sarasota County and the Manatee County, but theoretically, I mean, like, it is one, but we have to have two to saturate the market.
Right, and we are sister food banks. We were just talking before you started that we share food and we share resources. We just have university dividing us, so, but we work together all the time.
Oh, darn Lakewood Ranch, right in the middle.
Yeah, right in the middle. Right in the middle. Yes, so summer hunger.
Yeah.
So I'll give the Sarasota statistics, and then we'll share the Manatee statistics. And I don't think it's any secret that there are 21,000 children here in Sarasota that are on the free and reduced lunch programs offered through the school district. And when they're out of school, that's the time when they are most at risk of hunger. So we began a campaign against summer hunger in 2014 with a goal of raising funds and food to feed kids all summer long. So we're into our actual third year of implementation right now. One of the things that I want to focus a little bit on is that 21,000 does not include their younger siblings, the younger brothers and sisters who are at home and at risk of hunger as well.
And that's what upsets me the most, and I want people to pay attention to this. Yes, I mean, there are those that are going in school, they're getting fed, but their siblings might not be.
Might not be.
And during the summer, it's worse.
Yes, these are the invisible children, is the little ones, 0
That's
to,
the way
to
of
4
saying
or
it,
5.
yeah.
They're invisible, but you know that they are struggling just as their older brother or sister is struggling. So that number here could be upward to 40,000 kids who need our help over the summer months. Another thing that's happening, and I won't digress too far, but with that 21,000, that's becoming so apparent, and that's one of the things we really wanted to do was raise awareness of the number of kids, that it's now being used to talk about other issues that relate to the child being on free and reduced lunch, such as reading, summer slide, and that's a point of reference. 21,000 kids are really at risk of summer slide and
well,
reading
let's face
losses.
it, when you're hungry, you can't focus on anything.
You can't learn. You can't focus. You're absolutely right.
It's, and it took us this long to figure this out. But that's really the premise for the food bank to be established. How old are you?
The food bank
The food bank, yes. Yes. Yeah. How old are you?
Not
you. Yes.
This is it started in '89, so this is our 27th year.
Yeah.
27th year in existence, and it started as several entities coming together to make one food bank and be more efficient. So, almost 3 decades.
Yeah, and for people who are unfamiliar with the food bank, getting the food to those in need.
I think that's the expertise of the food bank, and a lot of people are confused about food banks and food pantries. When you think of a food bank, think of forklifts, think of hundreds of racks of food, think of semi-trucks, think of magnitude, and that's the difference in a food pantry and a food bank. A food bank has this magnitude and this scope of responsibility, and we work with pantries. In fact, we 184 different pantries and programs, and I'm sure Manatee does just as many. So think of us as the distribution center, the hub, and then the others are using the food that we provide to prepare meals and distribute themselves.
So to make it basic, so you're going to, let's say, a faith-based church or Boys and Girls Clubs or something like that, and providing pallets?
Yeah, pallets of food. Think pallets when you think of a food bank.
So you're working with these organizations, and they're actually monitoring and doing the evaluation who it should go to.
Who it goes to. In that scenario, yes, we are one removed from the client. We also do direct distributions through our mobile pantries. We have so many of those. So that's our guys.
So what is a mobile pantry?
It's a refrigerated truck stocked full of healthy, nutritious food, a lot of fruit and vegetables and protein, the fresh kind of things. And we identify communities and neighborhoods all around Sarasota and DeSoto County that are food deserts. Or that are so remote that they don't have access to stores, grocery
How long
stores.
have you been doing that?
We've been doing that very strongly for about going on 4 years now. So we have dozens and dozens and dozens of mobile distributions out, far south and out in Arcadia. That, for many, that's the only access they have to food.
I had no idea. I mean, that's fabulous, because the old food banks that you're thinking of is, yes, just the non-perishable foods, but they are missing that aspect of fruits and vegetables. Having this.
It's a priority now. And
So important.
about 30% of what we distribute is fresh now.
It's so important and has so many health aspects to it too. So if they're eating healthy food, then they're going to benefit in the long run as well. So important.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I could live on cereal alone. I've realized this,
really
but it's not the best choice.
We just, on that subject, we just changed our mission, and within the last 3 weeks, because of the implications of food to health. So we provide healthy solutions to end hunger. So it's a very short mission, but it focuses on health. And when you think about it, hunger is a health issue, but we haven't used that lens before to think about it that way.
And what you also do is help with the veterans.
Yes.
So
yes, we
it's
have
something dear to my heart, and
Yes.
Goodwill likes to
Yes.
partner with you on that.
You do.
But making sure that those in need are receiving the
Right, it's a
nutrition.
sad thing. I mean, coming off of, we're just kind of coming out of the July 4th week, and when you think about that, we need to take very good care of our veterans. We have a veterans pantry, and Goodwill is often there screening and helping to identify people who need some resources or who could use some job training. So it's a great partnership.
Well, thank you for bringing that up, because with Goodwill, we make sure that you have a job, because if you don't have a job, you don't have a roof over your head or food on the table. And stability. That's why it's important that Goodwill works with both of these organizations, because it's making a healthier, stronger, more employable community. So thank you for bringing that up. So back to the summer hunger program. Does it go until school starts? What do you do?
Yeah, it overlaps actually till about mid-September, because the schools are gearing up and they don't know what their head count is. So it does carry through about the second week in September, the mobile pantries and the food distribution for kids. So it starts the day school ends and ends around the 15th of September.
So how many organizations are you?
Oh, I think that's one of the keys to the success of it is you have to go, we've had to go where kids are. Where are they naturally congregating during the summer? And they're everywhere.
Yeah.
They're all over the community in very unexpected and then again predictable places. So there are probably about 140 different organizations who are helping us find kids and feed kids over the summer. So it is really, talk about collaboration.
It is important. So if one of our viewers has a church, organization, synagogue, whatever, that would like to be part of this, what do they do?
The easiest thing, give us a call, because we know, obviously we'll know all the sites. There is a fantastic map on our website where all the sites are listed, all the distribution dates, and the information that they would need. So the partnerships are fabulous. We are very, very close to the Sarasota schools and their summer programs, and the libraries, which are doing great things this summer with kids. So
That's good.
It's the collaboration.
And All Faiths goes all the way down to Northport?
All the way to Inglewood.
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 Yeah. Part of Inglewood.
Yep.
It's just
About half of Inglewood.
I know. Sometimes I'm just driving. I'm like, am I still in Sarasota? But I know
You
what you
are.
mean. So it's a very large area.
It is indeed.
So.
And all of DeSoto County too.
Oh, okay. So, and before I forget, when you're cleaning out your closet to help Goodwill, clean out your pantry, but you
Yes.
can still also bring it to Goodwill, and we make sure that we get it to either of the food banks. So keep that in mind. And, some people just don't think about it like, oh, well, this is pasta. Hello, pasta's great.
Exactly.
With your fruit, and vegetables, who do you work with?
Our largest donors are the retailers here in the community. They are, without a doubt.
Through
Very
Feeding
generous.
America.
Yeah, through Feeding
It's
America.
through Feeding America retail store pickup program.
Yeah, those are the largest donors. And we have relationships with some of the local farmers and some of the local social clubs who love to glean. They love to glean. And so that's usually our resource. Also through the Florida Association Food Banks. We're building, think about Florida is all about the produce, probably the second, third largest growing state. What opportunity we have here to secure this produce and distribute it through our state and then possibly nationally. So much opportunity.
So are we one of the best counties in this area for distribution of food? Because you said Feeding America, so it's a national program.
Correct.
So do they say, and those people down, in Southwest Florida are doing awesome?
I'm sure they say
They
that,
do.
don't they, Sandra?
They do. We're innovative. That's one of the things about our area is we're nimble and we're innovative. And so we're doing a lot of piloting and experimentation around food distribution and preparing food, teaching families how to prepare the food. Giving it isn't often enough. You have to teach them how to prepare it.
Yeah.
So lots of creative things are going on in our
And how to
food
prepare
banks.
healthy foods. It's a lot easier to just open a can that is processed food, and it does get nutrition, which is, of course, so important. But if we can teach them how to, take fruits and vegetables and make healthy meals, that's even more important and speaks back to the health aspect.
So on your website, do you have information about these healthy eatings and the pantry and all that stuff?
All the information about all the mobile pantries, all of the distribution, all that's on the website.
Okay, so what is your website?
allfaithsfoodbank.org.
Okay, so I'm encouraging everybody, check that out. And yes, there are 2 food banks. So you have the Sarasota, whole county, and then you have the whole Manatee. You do DeSoto, do you do?
We are just in Manatee County.
But Manatee County is huge.
Huge.
So
That's
let's
right.
talk about Manatee County.
Sure. So we report 55 to 60% of school-age children are getting the free or reduced meals. So we're in our second year of getting to children over the summer. And we are working with the Manatee School District and also the libraries this year, getting weekend bags of food out to both the six libraries and following the school bus that gives hot meals every day. It's hot meals. It's called the Summer Break Spots. And we follow that bus on Fridays, and we're handing out weekend bags of food. We distributed over 5,000 bags last year. This year, our goal is over 7,500. And working with new community partners as well. It is all about our community. And during the school year, there are programs that bring backpacks to children on Fridays, so they have weekend food. But in the summer, there's no way to reach those children. So we are following those school buses who give out the hot lunch on Fridays, and also the libraries. And we're working with some of those agencies like eFelt, the Lakewood Ranch Elks that do the backpack. They're coming to help us in getting delivery to the libraries to get the food out.
Oh, that's fabulous. Now, so Sandra was saying you have the children and then you have you called them invisible.
The young ones.
Oh,
The young
sure.
ones that
Sure.
aren't school age.
Right.
So can anybody come up to this truck?
We have had children that come up to our line and they say, can I have a bag for my little sister? Can I have a bag for my little brother? I mean, I've seen children come up, they don't have shoes. It's just, they come out in their PJs, but they know where those buses are. They swarm those buses to get the hot lunch, so they know where they are. And of course, working with the libraries has a double feature. Gets kids to come to the library. Maybe they'll pick up a book, but they also get some nutrition for the weekend. So we definitely see that they're trying to take care of their siblings at home.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, and that always breaks my heart when you see them like cutting a cupcake in half because they want to go home and share it with their brothers and sisters. So it is so important.
So important. And the summer, hunger is every day of the year. And people are so in that mindset over the holidays, throughout the year, but not during the summer. We have so many people on vacation. We have our snowbirds who aren't here. People are just not in that charitable, donating kind of mindset. So what happens for us is that the stock goes down, but the demand goes up because the kids are not getting the food during the school day.
Well, I'm hoping everyone that's watching is going to be energized to say,
Yes.
hey, and it is so easy to go into Publix and see the 2 for $1 and think, one for me, one for you,
Right.
and put together that entire section. But also, what I want everyone to hear is the food banks also work very strategically. So let's say you purchase something, if you gave that dollar to the food banks, they could multiply it by 10. So if you don't want to go shopping, if you're like, yeah, I don't know what they need, even though it's on every website and every paper, but just feel generous and say, hey, do you know what? I don't really need that latte this week, or just plan that entire week. Bam, that could be like $20, $30. And what could $30 feed? How many people?
Oh, gosh. We can get 6 meals out of $1, I think. So that's 6 times 30.
Wow.
We can make a lot of meals with that.
Don't make me be doing
donation.
math. 180
Yes.
people. Okay,
That's
thank you.
it. I was like, whoa, where's the calculator?
But but that's what you guys can do. So yeah, again, if you can't figure out or go shopping easily on their websites, just do what you can, because we are such a philanthropic community. And if if you're part of an organization and your contingency or your group has hungry children, definitely reach out, because all they have to do is call you, and then you can.
They can call us. They can go on our website. We have a food drive kit on the website. They can donate on the website. So lots of ways to help to get nutrition out to the community. Yes.
Well, I'm glad you said donation drives.
Sure.
So, are any coming down the line?
Well, we're going to be issuing a press release shortly, and just putting a challenge out to the community, the business community at Manatee, to raise 1,000 pounds of food or $1,000 to help us get through the summer needs. So,
Oh, that is
yeah,
easily what somebody can do.
sure. Individuals can do it too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
You know what? I'm throwing a challenge out to everybody, everyone who's watching. I mean, if you're part of a company or a group, I'm throwing it out to my Businesswomen's Alliance group. So you BWAGers, let's get together 1,000 pounds of food, or alumni groups. Tell me that isn't like a good hurrah, getting together and just
Yeah.
It's a great hurrah,
Yeah.
and they
Yes.
feel great doing it. So,
yes. And do it fast, because this
yes.
is summer now.
we
People
need
are
it.
hungry
We need
now.
it now.
Can you read it right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
But something you brought up that I would be remiss if I don't mention, the school bus idea. It's such a cool one, because kids are accustomed to school buses. They're less of a barrier to access. So we have a new school bus coming online next week. kind of taking the example of what Manatee and other counties have done. So it'll be unveiled next week, and mostly South County and DeSoto, where there's really intense need and fewer services down there.
So the school buses are reaching more and more kids.
More and more kids in more and more places.
Yeah, and just think, I mean, like, the kids in remote communities are the ones that are, unfortunately, the victims of where they live.
They're isolated.
They are, and so you don't see them. So it's hard to imagine that this exists in our community, but it does, and the need is so great and greater during the summer, so for sure.
Exactly.
So very cool. Anything else that's happening?
We have our Stuff the Bus is coming up at the end of August, so that's at every Publix in Manatee
Stuff
County.
the Bus. What is it?
It's school buses that come to every Publix, and we ask the community to do the BOGO, buy one, get one free.
Perfect.
Put the free one in the bus, and there's sort of a, just a,
So Sunday, August 28th.
yes.
Excellent. So yes, keep that on your calendar, but don't forget, right now, challenging everyone. And do you know what?
For both.
You see these challenges with, the ice and the this, that, the other thing, push-ups. Let's not do push-ups. Let's just go and
Let's
do
just be
1,000
kids.
pounds
Just
and
get the
challenge
kids
your
done.
other friends.
Yes.
So
To feed
literally,
kids.
as soon as I'm finished the show, I'm going on Facebook and starting
Awesome.
calling people out because it's something so easy that you can do. In lieu of 1,000 pounds, how about we say, what, $100?
Our challenge to the business community is 1,000 pounds or
Oh.
$1,000. So
There you go.
but
There you go.
every donation means a lot. So we're grateful for everything.
And you can stretch it,
We can stretch it. Yes.
which is so important. So, wow, I mean, what's so important too is I'm so glad you're mentioning the libraries. Because just
Great.
last week, I think my husband and I were talking, we're like, do people go to libraries anymore?
Yes.
But
Yes.
this is good
This is.
because it's,
Yeah.
It is wonderful. The libraries are becoming community centers.
okay.
Places where kids congregate, places where kids can go and be safe, and to be able to provide food there, it's
such
just
a
a
win.
double win.
It's a double win.
Yeah.
Yes,
It
for
really
sure.
So, and it is, it's a fun outing. So just, I know we had the Community Foundation of Sarasota County on talking about the grade or the summer slide.
Right, campaign for grade level reading,
Yeah,
yes.
so this is so important. And whatever you can do to help our children, because we live in an awesome community.
We do.
And if we can help provide for those who need us the most, it's great. So.
Right. And thank you for sharing that
Oh.
news with the community.
And it is important. And so let's talk about your website.
Sure. It's the Food Bank of Manatee.org, and our phone number is 941-747-4655. And we look forward to hearing from lots of viewers out there. Thank you.
Oh, so and you know what? I'm offering a free tour. So definitely reach out to Sandra or Meribeth. Come for a
Wonderful.
tour
Love
because
that.
that's what's gonna that magnitude when you see what you're providing and how you're providing it, and happy faces, because I know you guys have great stories. So yes, please, please, please. I'm always doing a plea, but really, Summer Hunger,
Come for a
you
tour.
can make a difference. You really can. So I want to thank you both for coming on.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you for
us.
inviting us.
Yes.
I really appreciate it.
So it's good, but if you notice, these ladies are wearing black. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is save the date, July 22nd. Goodwill is partnering with the Girl Scouts again for Little Black Dress, but this year with pop. And that's what, okay, so the Girl Scouts are actually going to Goodwill, picking out a black sheath, just plain black dress, and adding some color to it. So that's where the pop comes. So they're recycling and redesigning, kind of like Project Runway. But their creation is going to be modeled by the Junior League of Sarasota County, who during this interim of when they met a while back to select the dresses and measurements and everything. So they've been meeting with the Girl Scouts because they are not just models, they're role models, and encouraging them to give back to the community and volunteerism. It's just great. And Goodwill is educating about reduce, reuse, recycle, and keeping things at the landfill. And they've been wonderful. And the Girl Scouts, I'm going to just say, they do donation drives for us. And in the interim, they've also been collecting food. So I want to give a great shout out because they are fabulous.
Yeah.
But yeah, make sure July 22nd, tickets are on sale now. It's always sold out, so make sure that you secure your tickets because it is going to be a fabulous, very interesting because I don't want to give it away, but one of the girls really is showing her creativity and what you can do with a black dress.
Oh, so she's popping.
Yes, yeah, she's popping. There you go.
Great.
But so anyway, and again, before we leave, I want to make sure that everyone knows we're talking 55%
Probably more.
of the children.
In the schools, enrolled in schools. And it's, right.
Yeah, well, say the statistic. 55%.
In Sarasota, it's 51% of the children enrolled in school. So that doesn't include
Are
kids.
hungry.
Yes.
It's probably closer to 60%. It's a higher
Wow.
number.
When
You factor everybody in.
I mean, that is a huge number. You can make a difference to help these children. Find out what you can do, and also the healthy eating classes and just the basic stuff. So if you're an employer or employee, start putting together some 1,000 pounds or $1,000 worth of support for All Faiths Food Bank and the Food Bank of Manatee. So, yay. And I
Thank
love
you
our
so much.
partnership.
Oh,
And again,
thanks.
clean out your closets, clean out your pantry. Goodwill will make sure that we get it to the locations. So before we leave, any events, you have something on the 28th,
August 28th is our Stuff the Bus.
and go to any Publix.
Any Publix in Manatee County and help us stuff those buses. Correct.
And we have the Child Hunger Summit, which is September 27th. So the new Surgeon General of Florida, as well as Pew Charitable Trust, the American Academy of Pediatrics.
Oh, they're coming here.
They're coming here for the Child Hunger Summit, which is September 27th.
So who comes to these?
It's the community, but we are also reaching out to the health community because hunger is a health issue. So, it's folks, anyone who is concerned about the health and well-being of a child should plan to attend.
Okay.
September 27th.
All right, and this is on their websites. So again, thank you so much for sharing your Sunday with us. We hope we educated you about a need that you can make a difference in our community. And again, don't forget, after our show today, go on WSRQ Radio and listen more, and check out Suncoast Living Magazine. Thanks for sharing your Sunday with us.